Story time. This is a 50-second short film the Lumiere brothers made in 1895. Legend has it, audiences were so convinced by this clip that it caused a stampede in a movie theater in Paris because everyone thought they were about to get hit by the train. Fast forward about 100 years, it's the mid-90s. Hollywood special effects now look like this. Meh. The biggest pop star in the world still looks like this. And I look like this. My dad filmed this on our family's brand new camcorder. I didn't play the clarinet for long. I put it down pretty much as soon as I saw that camcorder. That thing became like an extension of my hand. I spent countless hours entertained by its single special effect, playing things backwards. And I even bullied my cousins into making probably the worst Jurassic Park reenactment of all time. They're gonna kill me for showing you that. Anyway, you're probably wondering why I decided to share awkward home videos in a webisode about remote work. Well, it's actually the perfect encapsulation of everything that we're gonna be talking about today, and I'll circle back to explain why in a minute. You're watching Out of Office, the bi-weekly web show for everyone who believes the future of work is not in an office. This is episode 59, and today we're talking about the intersection of two really big topics that are both crucial to the future of work, and that's visual AI and trust. So let's start with a question. What makes you trust that something you see is real? For most of the people who have ever lived, the answer is some variation of, I know it's true because I saw it with my own eyes. But looks can be deceiving. And as that movie theater audience in Paris learned, sometimes we aren't very good at knowing what's real and what's not. But every generation gets a little bit better at it. And that's why you're not scared of getting hit by a train when you go to a movie theater. And while my friend's 8-year-old was cool as a cucumber during the climax of Jaws, and she just said to him, Dad, why would I be scared? It's clearly a robot. And that's what I wish people would keep in mind when they talk about the text-to-video AI tool that OpenAI recently announced called Sora, which you've probably heard about, but if you haven't, all of these clips are directly from Sora without alteration. For example, this is a flock of paper airplanes coming home to nest, and this is a litter of golden retrievers playing in the snow. Now, we've been building towards good AI video tools for a while now. Photoshop has had pretty good generative fill for almost a year for still photos, but until now, the best video AI tool has been Runway 2.0, and check out what it created with the same snowy golden retriever prompt. It's like the difference between animatronic Jaws and a real-life great white shark. So that means Sora is incredibly powerful, and a lot of people are understandably nervous about using it because of that. And they're right to consider what might happen when creating a convincing deepfake video becomes so easy that anyone can do it. I mean, people are definitely going to create videos of celebrities doing things that they wouldn't really do, right? I'm tempted to do it. And some of those people will be intentionally seeking to destroy reputations or even sway elections. And the part that I find really interesting is that because this is going to decrease everyone's trust in every video that we see online, people are now going to be able to deny doing things that there is actual video evidence of them doing. It'll be like a get out of jail free card for the next socialite with a sex tape or president with a penchant for grabbing things. Closer to home, can you even imagine what would happen if fraudsters sent a ransom note to your parents with a deepfake video of you pleading for them to save your life by handing over their life savings? It really is terrifying. And that's why you can't sign up for Sora yet. OpenAI are keeping it under lock and key until their red team testers figure out how to prevent it from being catastrophically misused. So considering all of this, it's obvious that visual AI technology is going to have a big impact on all of us. The leap from ChatGPT to Sora is like the leap from a 2D book to a 3D movie. I mean, no wonder a lot of people are stampeding to avoid getting hit by that train. Before long though, there will be checks and balances to make all this a bit easier to navigate. OpenAI have already said they're creating a way to identify whether any video came from Sora or not. And chances are, even when we get sucked in by a deepfake, our kids are gonna laugh at us because they've learned how to spot BS as easily as we spotted that Jaws was animatronic. At the end of the day, that is what progress looks like. Progress is scary. Progress is messy, but it's how we advance as a civilization. So, I'm not trying to suggest that we should ignore the potential consequences of opening the floodgates on something this powerful. It is really important for the people in charge to take that seriously. But if you're watching this, you probably aren't involved in the development or governance of those tools, right? And neither am I. So because neither of us can actually control whether the bad stuff happens or not, we have very little to gain by living in fear of it. And that's why I'm making a conscious choice to spend less of my energy thinking about my fears for this technology and more time thinking about the opportunities that it can bring. If you think back to those awkward family home videos I shared at the beginning, I did that for 2 reasons. And yes, they're 100% real. That's not where I'm taking this. The first reason that I showed them to you was to prove that I'm real. Because the bar for internet personalities like me to prove that we're not just an AI hallucination is about to get a whole lot higher. And it's important to me that my audience never needs to doubt that I'm here and I'm real. I've come to realize that the human imperfections within this show are part of what makes it authentic. That's how you know it's unfaithful. I do love fooling around with AI video, and I am gonna have a field day with Sora when I get my hands on it. But I can commit to you right now that I will only do it for fun, and I am never gonna try and pass off a deepfake as something real. You have my word on that. And finally, the second reason that I showed you these terrible family home videos is because I can hardly imagine what that little kid would have created if his toolset was upgraded from a camcorder to something like Sora. It's inspiring. And you know what happens when everybody has the ability to create anything they can dream up? Well, at first it's not so great. The value of all the peripheral stuff gets cheapened. Visual effects, for example. I mean, anyone will be able to make a lightsaber battle, and film studios will be able to generate a script for a summer blockbuster at the click of a button. Yay. But then, from that ocean of generic and totally uninspired stories, you know what will become more valuable? The actual core of great storytelling. True originality, true inspiration. That is going to be the skill that will be most needed in every film studio, every advertising agency, everywhere that visual storytelling matters. And little 8-year-olds will now be able to spend all of their spare time honing that skill. Not only dreaming up awesome stories, but actually bringing them to life, lightsabers and all. And I genuinely believe that the long-term outcome of this will be a quality lift. Think about it. The best movie you're ever going to see probably hasn't been written yet. The best storytellers in history probably haven't even been born yet. Isn't that a cool thought? And all of this links back to remote work because these are the same tools that are going to enable us to make the best work of our lives if we put in the effort. We have the opportunity to hone these most valuable human skills, the ones that make all the difference between something derivative and something inspired. You no longer need a Hollywood budget to make something awesome. You don't even need a camcorder. You just need a great idea, a great personal quality bar, and to get off your butt. Well, that's what I think anyway. I want to know what you think. How will Sora affect the world? Is my optimism fair or delusional? Is this the beginning or the end of the golden age? Let's duke it out in those comments. I'm Andrew Ellen, and the future of work is out of office.